they could play with Caitlin and without Caitlin. Whatever the case is, they getting the job done. Now, the biggest storyline about tonight's basketball game was none other than former Indiana Fever DeWanna Bonner. Now, I'm here to tell you, fans was booing from section to section when they said her name. Every time she shot a free throw, boo. Every time she boo, every instant, it was boo, boo, boo. And I am super happy that the Indiana
Fever secured a decisive victory over the Phoenix Mercury in a home matchup that showcased the team's depth and resilience without their star player. The final score of 107-101 demonstrated the Fever's ability to execute at a high level despite missing Caitlin Clark due to injury. Ari McDonald delivered the standout performance of the evening, recording a career-high 27 points on efficient 7 of 11 shooting from the field. McDonald's perfect 10 of 10 performance from the free throw line highlighted her composure and effectiveness in crucial moments. The guard's exceptional display filled the scoring void left by Clark's absence and provided the offensive spark needed for victory.
I am super happy that the Indiana Fever got this win because, to me, this was a statement win to DeWanna Bonner, letting her know, you know what, you messed up by quitting the damn team. I don't care what you say. Now, this was the
foul on Sophie Cunningham. That is her first team second. Coming in for Phoenix number 14.
Listen to the booth. Listen to the booth. They booed her. They booed her.
Foul on Sophie Cunningham. That is her first team.
They booed.
Aaliyah Boston continued her impressive streak with another double-double performance, marking her 4th consecutive game achieving double figures in both points and rebounds. Boston finished with 22 points and 12 rebounds while shooting an efficient 6 of 11 from the field and 10 of 13 from the free throw line. Her fourth quarter dominance proved crucial, as she scored 17 points in the final period, including 14 straight points after Phoenix briefly took the lead. Sophie Cunningham maintained her hot shooting from beyond the arc, contributing 12 points along with 4 rebounds and 1 assist in 30 minutes of action. Cunningham's three-point shooting has been particularly effective throughout July, providing consistent offensive production.
They booed her.
Foul on Sophie Cunningham. That is her first team.
They booed her all the way to the damn bench. I mean, what a game, though, man. What a game for Ari McDonald, Aaliyah Boston, man. Aaliyah Boston, 22 points. She had 12 rebounds, 6 and 11 from the field, 10 and 13. Guys, outstanding game. 21 minutes, 4 points. Complete garbage. Complete garbage. Bro, it was a good thing. She actually did us a favor quitting, dog. Now, I'm watching.
A critical 4-point play in the fourth quarter exemplified her clutch shooting ability when the team needed scoring most. The bench rotation proved essential to the victory, with several reserve players making significant contributions. Damiris Dantas scored 12 points in just 10 minutes of playing time, demonstrating remarkable efficiency by scoring 10 points in approximately 6 or 7 minutes of action. Dantas also grabbed 3 rebounds during her brief but impactful stint. Chloe Bibby added 10 points in 13 minutes of play, showcasing the depth available to head coach Stephanie White.
Did us a favor quitting, dog. Now, I'm watching this live, and Ari McDonald is speaking to the media. Let's listen.
Final thought here, Ari, you're 3 games over 500, a 4-game West
Listen, guys.
swing awaits you guys. What is going to be necessary of your group to find success here at 4th straight on the road?
We're going to have to stay together. We're going to be locked in, paying attention to details and just, again, staying together. It's going to be hard. We already know how the road trips are, but, if we lock in, stay together, follow the scheme, the scouting report, I think
Despite being on a 7-day hardship contract, Bibby's performance illustrated how players respond positively to opportunities within the Fever organization. The game held special significance due to the presence of former Fever player DeWanna Bonner on the Mercury roster. The home crowd expressed their displeasure with Bonner's departure throughout the contest, booing consistently whenever her name was announced or she attempted free throws. Bonner's performance was limited, managing only 4 points in 21 minutes of action, validating the fans' sentiment about her previous decision to leave Indianapolis. Indiana's shooting performance was exceptional across multiple categories.
it's going to be hard. We already know how the road trips are, but, if we lock in, stay together, follow the scheme, the scouting report, I think we'll be okay.
A 27-point night. It's a career high for Ari McDonald. Congratulations. Go celebrate with your teammates, Ari.
Thank you.
And what a
So that was her speaking to reporters, man. 27 points, 7-11 from shooting, 10-10 from the fast throw line. Bro, Ari McDonald balled out. If you're talking about missing a void, she definitely filled the void today of Caitlin Clark not being there, dog. I mean, she was balling. They was balling, man. Dantas.
The team shot 51% from the field, 45% from three-point range, and 84% from the free throw line. These percentages reflect both excellent shot selection and execution under pressure against a competitive opponent. The Fever overcame an early 12-point deficit to secure the victory, demonstrating mental toughness and the ability to execute their game plan despite falling behind. The comeback victory showcased the team's resilience and depth, qualities that will be essential during upcoming challenging stretches. Turnovers remained an area of concern as Indiana committed 17 for the game while securing 38 total rebounds.
I mean, she was balling. They was balling, man. Dantas. We cannot forget about Dantas. Dantas showed up and showed out. And it's crazy because Dante played 0 minutes in the Chicago Sky game. And this is why you have to take credit to the Indiana Fever depth, man. Their depth is legendary. Dantas didn't even see the light of day in the Chicago Sky game. And tonight she showed up and showed out, bruh. How many points did Dante have? 12 points. Now, she scored 10 points in like 6.
Despite the turnover issues, the team's offensive efficiency and defensive stops proved sufficient to maintain control throughout most of the contest. The victory represents continued growth for the Fever organization, particularly in their ability to win games without Clark in the lineup. This development suggests improved depth and system implementation that doesn't rely solely on individual star power. Boston's fourth quarter takeover highlighted her development as a go-to scorer in crucial moments. Her ability to score consistently in the paint and from the free throw line provides the team with a reliable option when games become competitive in the final period.
Out, bruh. How many points did Dante have? 12 points. Now, she scored 10 points in like 6 or 7 minutes, bro. It was crazy. She had 12 points in 10 minutes, though. I knew it. And 3 rebounds. Chloe Bibby, 13 minutes, 10 points, bro. Now, this is kind of awkward here because it's going to be sad to see Chloe Bibby go, bro. But, you know, that's how the league is. You get a 7-day hardship. But overall, she's showing up and showing out. I don't know what it is when players come over here to Indy, they ball out. You know what I'm saying? Look at what happened.
The team's three-point shooting has emerged as a significant strength, with multiple players contributing from beyond the arc. This balanced offensive attack makes the Fever more difficult to defend and less predictable in their scoring approach. McDonald's career performance demonstrates the opportunities available when players receive increased minutes and responsibility. Her ability to step up in Clark's absence provides valuable depth and confidence for future games when the star guard may be unavailable. The coaching staff's rotation decisions proved effective, with different players contributing based on matchup considerations and game situations.
Over here to Indy, they ball out. You know what I'm saying? Look at what happened with Ari McDonald when she got her time to shine. She balled out. Aaliyah Boston, man, just a sensational night. Sophie Cunningham, I told y'all. Sophie been on fire the whole month of July. 12 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds. She played a total of 30 minutes. Sophie Cunningham from 3 has been simply remarkable, bro. I can't even lie. This is a totally different Sophie Cunningham we seen from the earlier part of the season. Now, KK didn't play this game, but Dantas did. You know what I'm saying? Dantas showed up. And so, to me,
this flexibility allows the team to adapt to various opponents and circumstances throughout the season. Cunningham's consistent three-point shooting has transformed her role within the offense, providing reliable spacing and scoring punch. Her improvement from earlier in the season represents individual development that benefits the entire team's offensive flow. The victory over Phoenix serves as validation of the team's growth and development despite facing adversity. Successfully defeating a competitive opponent without their primary scorer demonstrates organizational depth and coaching effectiveness.
When they're on the floor, are completely safe. Regardless of what you want to argue, what you want to say, on a fundamental level, that is what you have to do. But we saw in yesterday's game that an object, which I will blur what the object is right here. You guys can read what it is. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what it was, to be honest. It doesn't really matter what was thrown. It turned out, yes, it was harmless, and yes, it was a sex toy that was thrown on the floor. But let's just watch what happens here. So,
Fan support remained strong throughout the contest, particularly in their vocal disapproval of Bonner's return. The home crowd advantage contributed to the team's energy and may have affected the former player's performance negatively. The upcoming 5-game stretch will test the team's continued development and ability to maintain momentum. Success during this challenging period could establish the Fever as a legitimate contender regardless of...
But let's just watch what happens here. So, Veronica Burton ends up coming off. And this, by the way, there's 1 minute to go in the game. The Atlanta Dream are losing to the Golden State Valkyries. And let's be honest, the Golden State Valkyries have very few away fans. Nearly all their fans are home fans. The Dream are playing the Valkyries. So, you can assume that most of the fans there are Dream fans. And in the course of the game, Veronica Burton's on a drive. And as you can see, something goes flying.
When various players contribute scoring, the team becomes less dependent on individual performances and more difficult to defend strategically. The victory establishes positive momentum heading into the road trip, providing confidence that the team can compete effectively in various environments and situations. This mental strength will prove valuable during the challenging upcoming schedule. A recent WNBA officiating incident has raised serious concerns about referee decision-making and player safety protocols. The situation represents what many consider to be among the most problematic calls of the current season, highlighting fundamental issues with how officials handle potentially dangerous circumstances during live play.
Veronica Burton's on a drive, and as you can see, something goes flying. So something is thrown in the direction of the players. So you can see right here, flying across the screen there, is something being thrown in the direction of the players. And what does the referee do? Points at it. How is the Janelle Salon and Naz Hillman are pointing like, what is that? The referee just says play on. This ref here just says play on. I'm sorry, no.
The incident occurred during a critical moment in the Atlanta Dream versus Golden State Valkyries matchup, with approximately 1 minute remaining in the contest. The Dream were trailing at home with the majority of spectators supporting the local team given the Valkyries' limited traveling fan base. During the sequence, Veronica Burton was driving toward the basket when an unidentified object was hurled from the crowd in the direction of the players. Video footage clearly shows the projectile crossing the court near the active play area, creating a potentially hazardous situation for all participants. The officiating crew's response to this incident was inadequate and concerning.
Nobody knows what that is when it's being thrown on the floor. He just points. He just sees it flying past him and points at it. That could have been anything. That could have been a flare. That could have been, heck, it could have been a firework. That could have been literally anything. It could have been anything. And it was thrown at the players. Stop the damn game. Stop the game when you see something fly across the middle of the court from the crowd.
Rather than immediately stopping play upon observing the thrown object, the referees simply acknowledged its presence by pointing while allowing the game to continue. This decision demonstrates a fundamental misunderstanding of safety priorities during competitive events. Officials Janelle Salon and Naz Hillman were observed gesturing toward the object, clearly aware of its presence, yet play continued without interruption. The referee closest to the incident merely pointed at the flying object before resuming normal game oversight, treating the situation as a minor distraction rather than a potential safety hazard. The primary concern with this response stems from the unknown nature of the projectile.
Of the court from the crowd. When you see a fan throw something at a player to try put them off with a minute to go, stop the damn game. It's as simple as that. It is very simple. The basics is that you do not know what the hell that is. You stop the game. You stop the game during the play, you reset the shot clock to 14, and you give them a side out of bounds. I don't think either team would care about that. And screw it if that isn't.
Officials could not immediately determine what had been thrown, its composition, or its potential danger to players. The object could have contained harmful substances, been designed to cause injury, or presented other risks that were not immediately apparent. Proper protocol in such situations requires immediate game stoppage to ensure player safety and assess the threat level. When foreign objects enter the playing area from spectator areas, officials must prioritize participant welfare over game flow continuity.
If that isn't the way protocol is, on a fundamental level, the most important thing is that players are safe. It is genuinely that players are safe. That is the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, there was no way for that referee to confirm what that object was that was thrown on the floor. And he didn't even stop the game. The referee's job in that scenario.
The fundamental responsibility of referees includes maintaining a secure environment for all competitors. The incident becomes more troubling when considering that the object was thrown during a crucial game moment, suggesting deliberate intent to disrupt play or distract visiting team players. This timing indicates potential fan misconduct designed to influence game outcomes through inappropriate interference. Security screening procedures at professional venues are designed to prevent dangerous items from entering arenas, but this incident demonstrates that problematic objects can still reach spectator areas.
Referee's job in that scenario. When you see something fly from the stand onto the court towards the players, you blow that whistle and you get the players off the floor. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Realistically, fans in basketball are way too close to the court for that. They are. Like, it's not like... First of all, how did they get it in?
The specific nature of what was thrown, while ultimately harmless, raises questions about venue security effectiveness and fan behavior monitoring. The referee's failure to stop play immediately created unnecessary risk for all participants. Even though the thrown object proved benign, officials had no way of knowing this during the live action. Their responsibility extends beyond rule enforcement to encompass participant safety and welfare.
Like, first of all, how did they get it in? But second of all, it could be anything. And you better believe a lot of people are like, oh, you know, it couldn't have been anything worse because they wouldn't have been able to get anything worse in. Man, they got a sex toy into the arena. Who's to say it couldn't have been something else? Like, straight up, your job in that scenario as a referee is to stop the damn game. Stop the game. Get the players off the floor for 10 seconds till you find out what it is.
Standard procedure for such incidents should involve immediate whistle activation, temporary game suspension, player removal from immediate danger, and assessment of the situation before resuming play. These protocols exist specifically to prevent potential injuries from unknown projectiles or substances. The delayed response only occurred after natural game stoppage, when officials finally addressed the situation and gathered players for discussion. This reactive approach fails to meet professional officiating standards and puts participants at unnecessary risk during the interim period.